Hey everybody, hope y'all are having a great Thursday. I'm not going to take too much time with this class tonight and go into a whole lot of detail, but since school's starting, or some people have already started back to school, and we've got some starting school tomorrow and some here next week in the county that I live, I just wanted to get on here real quick and give you some great tips and things to do with the seasons changing and school going back. You know, everybody gets the germs, and it seems like, I don't know about y'all, but when my kids went to school, that first couple months of school, it seems like they were always coming down with something, always getting sick, always had something going on. So I wanted to tell you some tips and some things you could use that would be more natural alternatives to help your children rather than continuing to use things that are toxic, so that it'll reduce their toxic load. Now, one of the great things that you can use, now teachers could use this at school, or this is something you could use at home for homework, or just to keep your kids, help them concentrate. This is a diffuser, so diffusing essential oils in the air is something that's really great to do. It has a great aroma, and it can have many benefits. So this is just one of the diffusers that doTERRA has. It's a pedal diffuser. It'll run for about 4 hours. You simply just fill it to the fill line, which is the top of this red cap. You put a couple drops of oil in here, and then you put the lid on, you turn it on, and a mist comes out into the air. So this is one way that you can use oils, is diffuse them into the air. Another way that you can use them is topically. Now what I do is I have some things that I carry with me every day, and they're different rollerball blends. So another thing you could do is you could use them topically. Now for children, what I would recommend is putting them on the back of their neck or up their spine, because you know all your nerve endings are there. Now this, actually, the one that I pulled out is my one that I use for seasonal threats or seasonal support. And I have a large allergy towards ragweed and some other things, so I like to use this to combat that, because this is the time of year where my allergies start to pick up, and really probably through the middle of November they kick up a notch, and they're usually a little bit worse than they typically are. So that's another way that you could use oils, is topically. Now, one other way that you could do, now this is certainly optional for you if you're not comfortable with doing it. That's certainly not a problem. I'm fine with it, but you can also take oils internally. Now, I would not recommend that with any other oils but doTERRA, because doTERRA is third-party tested. They're certified pure. A lot of other companies, and I don't know if you saw in my news feed that I shared about a company that I used to buy oils from, because I didn't always use doTERRA. I didn't understand the difference in them and other oils, so I bought the cheaper version, which I guess most people would. So that's how I started out. But doTERRA is what's called certified pure therapeutic grade. Now what that means is that is something doTERRA did come up with, because the FDA does not regulate the essential oil industry. So what that means to you, and it meant to me, was only 10% of this bottle has to be pure oil for it to be labeled as pure or all natural or organic. But really what other companies are doing, and like if you saw the post I put on there, they're filling up. They're putting a little bit of oil in there, and they're filling the rest with synthetics and fillers, which really isn't doing you any good. So doTERRA wanted to stand apart and be different. So they came up with a testing procedure, and they do outsource tests, like I said, to make sure that every drop of oil you get in this bottle is pure oil. There's no fillers, there's no synthetics, nothing like that. So you're getting pure oil. doTERRA also, on the bottom of each bottle, and I don't know if you can see that really well. Some of them you can see it more clearly than others over, a live feed. There is an expiration date on there, and there's also a code. So you can go to a website called sourcetoyou.com. You can put in the code, and you can see all the testing procedures this bottle of oil went through before it got to you, so that you know what they're saying they're giving you is really what they're giving you. Now, also, on the side of the bottle, can you see that where it says supplemental facts? I'm trying to find one that you can really see good. Some of them you can see a little bit better than others. If it has supplemental fats on there, it is an oil that you can take internally. Now again, you're not going to take the whole bottle. You're going to use a couple of drops, and there's a couple of ways you can do that. You can just take and put a drop under your tongue, but I'm not really good at that. You see the top on that, that we do have dropper tops you can get, but I like to put mine in a veggie cap and then just take them internally. I don't do it regularly. If my allergies are really bad, I'll do a drop of my blend, which is my lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And I'll take that internally in a veggie cap. doTERRA also makes this in a blend for seasonal threats called Tri-Ease. It's already in a soft gel combined, and you can just take that internally. I love the aroma of the oils and the smell of the oils, so I really like to use them topically or in a diffuser more so than internally, but if I really need it, then I'll do that internally. And to that end, when I talk about there being 250 drops in each bottle of oil, you don't need but one drop. One drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So this is kind of, think about it this way, you're buying it in bulk, if you, so to speak, like you would do at Sam's, and they're just using a portion of it for your blend. So what happened with me and how I got started with essential oils, I'm just going to take a moment to tell you my story because I'm talking about the seasonal threats, and that's how I first started using the oils. I was not diagnosed. I had a lot of infections, sinus infections all the time, sinus, nasal stuff, all kinds of stuff going on. So after being on antibiotics for about 6 months straight, they finally sent me to an allergy doctor to be tested. So he found out I was allergic to all these things that I hadn't been allergic to growing up. It happened later in life. So I was taking Singulair every day. I was taking Allegra every day. I was taking allergy shots, and then I was using Flonase twice a day. And I had to do that regularly to keep my allergies and things I had going on at, keep them to a minimum. I still had some symptoms, but that helped. But I just felt like there had to be a better way. I was spending a lot of money. I was taking a lot of time, taking off work, going to get my allergy shot, getting prescriptions, because you have to go back. It's just not something you can do, and you have to go back regularly, and you have to pay for the serum for the allergy shots, and you have to pay for somebody to give you the allergy shot. So I started out using oils. I did not use doTERRA. I started out using the internet oils, but once I found out the difference and the purity of doTERRA, I switched. I could definitely tell a difference. That is when I was able to come off of everything else. I quit going to the allergy doctor, taking shots. I don't use the Singulair. I don't use the Flonase. I don't use the Allegra. What I use is lemon, lavender, and peppermint oil, which is the seasonal threat or seasonal support blend. I mix these up. You can put them in the diffuser like I showed you the diffuser earlier. You can make a rollerball blend. And then what I do is I apply it around my ears, down the back of my neck, and down my spine. I do this at least 3 times a day. Now, when my allergies kick up and the season gets worse, I'm going to do this probably 4 or 5 times a day, because that's when I can really tell the difference. And every night I will put at least one of the blends in with oils at night to help me overnight. And the other oil that I use when it really gets bad, and I've already went ahead and made up my blend because they're starting up, and you can see on there I've got all the oils that I've got in my blend. I use doTERRA's respiratory blend, which is Breathe. I just add some Breathe to it to keep everything open, all my airways, and keep me breathing really well. Now, in this roller ball, you don't just put pure oil. You put so many drops of each of the oils. And then what you use is a carrier oil, because the oil itself, when you drop one out, is if you drop it, I'm just going to put a drop of lemon because I just love the smell of lemon. Put a drop in your hand. The particles are I'm trying not to, because this is a thinner oil. It's just going to sit in that one spot in my hand and absorb right there. Well, when you put a carrier oil with it, which you can use any type of oil, this is fractionated coconut oil. This just means the molecule was taken out, so it stays in a liquid state. you fill the roller ball up the rest of the way with that. So when you put the oil on, it disperses it over a larger area. It absorbs, and the particles that are so minute just don't go all into the air. They actually absorb into your skin, because your skin is your largest organ. And oils are transdermal, so which that means they can pass through and actually pass through your skin into your cells. So that gives you your most support. But certainly, if you're having a little bit of problems and you just want a quick thing, you can put a drop of Breathe in your hand, or a drop of peppermint, kind of rub your palms together and just inhale. And breathe it in, and that will open up your airways as well. You just don't ever want to get oils in your eyes, in your ears, or up your nose. You know, you can put a drop. Some people put a drop right here, but just don't put anything in them. So this is my seasonal support blend. I love this because it helps keep my airways clear, and it is an organic option to use in medicines and different things that are synthetic because they were manufactured in a factory. So I feel like God put all these plants and fruits and different things on the earth for us to use, and this is actually the most potent form of plant-based medicines, essential oils. And essential oils date back to the beginning of time. What do you think people used back then? They didn't have penicillin. They didn't have different things. Now, having said that, I'm not telling you not to go to a doctor. I believe you need to have proactive health care. I believe that you should go and find out and be tested or see a doctor regularly to see what you have going on with your body, because you don't know what to do if you don't. And having said that, I have a genetic blood disorder, and I can't test my blood to see if I have a clot. I can't test my blood for the stickiness because that's what my disorder is. So I need to go to a doctor every year, and I do. I go to a doctor at Emory. I've been going for probably about 7 years now, and he does a series of tests on me to see where I'm at, to see my likeliness of having a clot or other, or currently having a clot or having a clot. So there's things you need to see a doctor for. So I'm not saying don't go. You need a regular checkup every year. Women need to go and have their annual physicals. They need to have their mammograms. You need to have regular dental appointments to check on your mouth health. So, you do need to go to the doctor. But these are some options that you can use that give you the power in your hands to use more organic and natural options to help control things with your body instead of just going to something that's synthetic, because our body does not know how to process synthetics, so they hang around in our system. They build up your toxic load, and they can actually cause illnesses. They can help cause autoimmune disorder and different things. So these are some natural options that work very well with our bodies. So that's one thing I use for seasonal threats, and that's coming up. Another thing that you can do when you're starting back to school and the kids are going back and they're around a lot of kids and they're having a lot of germs, there's some options that you can do that will help. So one of my favorite products that doTERRA has is the Protective Blend, which is On Guard. This is, again, a 15 milliliter bottle of oil. It can be taken internally because it does have the supplemental facts on the bottle. What I like to do with this is I kind of do several different things. I have an old bottle that was empty, so I kept it. And what I did was I made a spray hand sanitizer. I had bought a spray top. And what I have is I have the Protective Blend On Guard in here, and I also have some lemon oil, because lemon oil is a great detoxifier, cleaner, purifier. And when I go somewhere and I need some kind of sanitizer, I just spray this on my hands. I just take the little top off and I just spray some on my hands and just rub my hands together. And that way I can get some disinfectant, I can get some germ fighting, some germ killing, and it's something that's an all natural product. Now, they also make a foam and hand wash that you can buy pre-made, that you can put in one of these dispensers and wash your hands with it. Or you can use your oil and you can make your own foam and hand wash, or just your own hand wash. Now, the great thing about using the oils, first of all, is something that's all natural, has no chemicals, no residues, no artificial ingredients. This is a derivative of several different types of oil. It's got orange, clove buds, cinnamon. I'm trying to read some of these on here. I probably need a magnifying glass because I'm not really, I can't see everything very clearly, but it's got a great different types of oils in here that have protective properties. It's got eucalyptus. It also has rosemary leaf in here. Now, when you use these oils, you know, your hands have protective layers that help fight germs. When you use something like this or the On Guard cleaner, it's going to kill the bad bacteria, but it's going to leave the good in place. Now, when you have the hand sanitizers and you have the, whether it's the foaming hand wash or anything, or just the liquid hand soap that, you know, we have to carry to school, or the waterless hand sanitizer, it kills everything. So when it kills all bacteria, even the good, you leave your skin exposed and you're more prone to germs. So that's something that I think everybody needs to think about. So you either can go ahead and buy it pre-made, or you can make your own. It's very easy to do. I have some recipes if anybody's interested in purchasing the On Guard products and making their own. That's something you can do. You can take this internally to help boost your immune support. You can put it in a diffuser to help diffuse into the air to kill the germs in the air, because you're going to have that. Teachers could use this in the classroom. You can use it at home, because it's very important to do what you can do to help prevent illnesses. Now, doTERRA also has a concentrated cleaner, because you want to kill germs in your home to keep them at bay as well. They do have a concentrated cleaner. I love it. You can use it for just about everything. I usually have this spray bottle, and I'm almost out, you see, and I clean my kitchen table. I clean my countertops. I clean my stove with it. I clean just about all the surfaces with it. You can actually put it, I use it in a more concentrated form right out of here to clean the toilet and the sinks and things like that, and the shower. You can make your own again using the On Guard oil, and you can put some other things in there, like lemon is great to use. It's a great cleaner, and also it has a great scent to it. So those are some things you can do to help clean your environment and have it more natural, and you're not breathing in all the synthetics from the different wipes and the different sprays and things you use. Now, also, as you know, germs stay on surfaces for days, so this will help fight that as well. Now, when your kids go back to school, they can be excited, they can be irritable, the days are long, they have a lot of homework, and a lot of times they can lose focus and concentration. So you need something that you can use at home that will help them with that. Now, in the mornings, you know, sometimes kids can be cranky and they don't want to get going. So what you could actually do, you could use in the diffuser, you could use wild orange and peppermint. And what that does is it helps calm them. It can wake them up. It has a great scent. It can put them in a good mood. It can help them be alert and more focused. So that's something you want, and get them up and get them going at school. Now, if they have a lot of anxious feelings, or they have a lot of anxiety or something of that nature, you may want to use something that's a little more calming, like in the evening before you're trying to get them to bed, or they're stressed out from their day. Lavender. Lavender is like the Swiss Army knife of oils. It has like over 1,000 uses. It's very calming. It calms your nervous system. It helps your nervous system relax, which will help you concentrate. The lavender also, it has antihistamine properties, which helps keep them sinus airways open. That's why I like to use it in the seasonal threat blend. Also, lavender is really good for burns, cuts, and scrapes. You know, they're running around at the playground at school and they've got going. This is something to soothe if they get a rash. You know, some kids break out in a rash from nerves and hives and different things. So this would be a great oil for that. At night, it helps promote sleep as well. So that's something also that it's very good for. Now, there's some other oils that you can use in connection with that lavender, kind of to help take the edge off. The grounding blend, which is balance, is great for calming, giving you feelings of taking away feelings of anxiousness, kind of balancing you out so that you're not so stressed out. And I like to use balance with lavender to help promote feelings of calm. You know, lavender is all things calming and soothing, and the balance promotes a sense of well-being, whole body relaxation. So these are good if they're really agitated, or a lot of children that have disorders that cause them having trouble to focus and things like that. These are good to help kind of rein them down, rein them in. So those are some things too. You certainly want them to have respiratory and lung support. So if they start coming down with things, the On Guard is great to use because it is a protective blend. We have a Breathe, which helps open up your airways. This is good if they get things going on in their chest with a lot of congestion, mucus, things that go on with the change. This is a Breathe stick that you can, if I can get it open. And what you do, sorry, I'm almost out of this one, I'm sorry, is in a stick form, and then you just rub it on them. So you just kind of put it on, and it just kind of gives them a coating, and it helps open them up and get some breathing, and that's something good too. You can use it at night. People, when I was younger, we used to do the vapor rub on our feet. You could do that as well with the Breathe stick. They also have, I would only recommend this for older children. These are drops, and then you can take these to help open up your airways. This is to me, I love it. It opens you up, makes you feel good. It's a cooling effect, but it's it's very strong. So I don't use them on a regular basis as much as I use the On Guard Protect and Throat Drops. This actually helps a lot if you have problems with sore throats. A lot of kids get strep throat, problems with their tonsils. It's a lozenge as well. And this has oils that can help kind of numb a little bit, have a numbing effect on their throat. So these are really great. Again, they're all natural. But another great way that you can boost your child's resistance and immunity is it all starts with foundational of what you put in your body. If you put a lot of junk in there, you don't feel as good. You don't feel as alert. You don't function as well. You are tired and dragged down all the time. So good nutrition is an absolute something that's important for kids. Now, a lot of times you don't get the nutrients you need from the foods now because everything is so processed. So doTERRA has a great line for children, and I did not bring the omegas out. That's something that does have to be refrigerated. So they have an omega line as well that can certainly help children just like it would help an adult, an omega. And I'm going to talk about the children's omegas in just a minute, but it kind of just promotes the whole body balance when you have good vitamins from a whole food source. Many of our vitamins are synthetic versions, and again, they're not absorbed in our body, and we don't get the nutritional value that we need. So the omegas give you your 369 fatty acids, your essential vitamins that help support mental clarity, brain function, also supports overall cardiovascular health. And they also have a chewable tablet for kids, which is watermelon flavored, and it is your vitamin. And this has, again, it's from whole food sources. It supports healthy immune function. It has your essential vitamins and minerals from whole food sources. So these don't have any GMOs, they're gluten-free, they're dairy-free, non-fillers. So this is a way to supplement your child's diet when they're not getting everything that they need. Also probiotics, everything starts in your gut. You've got to have good gut health to have that good bacteria in your gut. They have a great children's probiotic. It is a powdered supplement. This thing is really good. It kind of reminds me of the pixie sticks we used to have when we were kids. It's just a little tube. You can actually put this in a little bit of water and have them drink it. But I like to just sprinkle a little bit at a time under my tongue and let it dissolve. So it may take a moment or two to do it, because if you put the whole thing in there, it is a powder. So, you don't want them to get strangled or anything, but they have a great probiotic. And this one is a strawberry melon flavor. And it does taste really good. Now, it includes 5 billion live cells of a unique blend of 6 different probiotic strands, which has been specifically selected for children. These probiotics have been encapsulated to ensure they reach the intestines safely and are blended in a delicious powder. So it's great to use daily. This will help keep them regular, keep that good bacteria in their body, because you need that. You need to keep it. It's important for us too as adults to have great vitamins. So mom, dad, don't neglect your health as well, because a lot of times we do that when we're taking care of our kids. So what I would recommend for adults and any and children as well, if they're older, middle school age and things like that, they can swallow pills. This is a great supplement. This is doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack, and what you're going to get in here is you're going to get your Microplex MVP, which is your food nutrient complex. It's your whole food multivitamins and complex, so this is for the adults. It has 22 essential vitamins and minerals, again, from whole food sources, and that helps support healthy immune system function and gives you your daily requirements that you need. And again, it's a whole food source, so they're non-GMO, they're gluten-free, they're dairy-free. And then you've got your omegas, which again are your 369 fatty acids, which help support your cardiovascular health, your brain function, mental clarity. And then the alpha CRS is your antioxidant and cellular energy support, and that helps you with healthy cell proliferation and lifespan. Again, this is going to be good for stress management, cardiovascular health, skin, nails, eye, brain, liver function. They're gentle on the stomach, and they do have a proprietary blend in there as well. And they do have some essential oils in there as well. But again, they're from whole food sources. Now, I didn't always take these. I started them and then I stopped them because I thought, I don't think they really help. But they do. And now I make sure I never miss a day. Now, this is one of the products, believe it or not, this is doTERRA's #1 selling product. It's not the oils, it's the vitamins. Because so many people have seen such a difference in their life and wellness taking these vitamins or the supplements. So doTERRA actually offers a money-back guarantee with these. If you take them as they direct for a month and you don't feel better, they will refund your money. Now, I don't take the full dose. I feel fine taking half the dose. But again, if you take them like they recommend and you don't feel better, they will refund your money. So I thought that was awesome for them to do. So there are a lot of things you can do. Certainly we want to make sure our children are taken care of. Now, also when they go back to school, they don't just have germs. A lot of other things start, and they send home those notes. So-and-so had something going on in their head. You may want to check your child's head regularly. So doTERRA does have not a line, but an oil that will help with things like that, because it's very good for healthy hair and scalp, and it can help with those little creepy crawlies. It's melaleuca. It's very antifungal, antiviral. It has a lot of properties in it that are great. You can actually wash your child's hair with this, or you can actually take one of the bottles like I did with the spritz and spritz them down, and that will help with that as well. And this is actually found in, the synthetic version of it is found in some products now that you buy over the counter when you have a problem like that. So there are a lot of things you can do. This is just touching on it because I didn't want to keep y'all for a long, long time. But I am going to tell you about one more blend. If your kids really come down with something, you really need some support, one of the things that I like to do is there is a blend of 5 oils, and it's frankincense, lemon, on guard, oregano, and melaleuca. And that together makes a very powerful agent to fight things. Now, oregano oil You can do the YouTube research doTERRA's oregano oil versus penicillin, and watch the video and look at the findings. Oregano has a lot of powerful properties in it that are very, can be considered almost just really can fight germs. Let's say that. Because I don't want to say anything that I shouldn't. So we're going to say that. So when my kids start coming down with something, we start doing this. You can put it again on their spines, on the bottom of their feet. Oregano oil is an oil, because it's so powerful, it is only recommended that you use it in something 10 days at a time, and then you need to take a break from it. So this is not something you'd use continuously throughout, but if they start coming down with something, this saves me a copay at the doctor. If I have to go, I will. Again, if you feel like you need to take your child, or you feel like you need to go, go. But this, again, is something you can arm yourself with. You can diffuse these in the air as well, that offer you, and I just have them in a rollerball blend, can offer you some great support. That frankincense is considered the king of all oils. It's very powerful and versatile. It supports healthy immune function. It also can lift your mood and awareness. It's great for cleaning cuts, bites, calms, and relieves tension. You know, lemon soothes irritated throats. I like to put a drop of lemon in a tablespoon of honey, or a teaspoon of honey, and take it when I have a sore throat, or put it in some warm tea. It is a great antioxidant detoxifier. The Melaleuca, again, I've talked about. On Guard is our protective blend. So those are the oils that I use in that blend if I need them. Now, I would love to get these in your hands if you're interested in oils. If you'd like a wellness consult, you'd like to come to another class where I just talk about the main oils and how to use them, and go maybe into a little bit deeper history of the oils and different things you can use for them. I have great resources that I use. One of my favorite new books is this one, just because everything's in alphabetical order. And if you have something going on, you can actually look it up. And let me just find something here and show you. You can actually look it up, and it can tell you what oils are great for that problem that you're having. See, I'm just going to go to this. I don't know if you can see that. This talks about allergies, and then it tells you what oils you can use. So these are references that I use to help me know what to do, and there's a lot of information in here. There talks about sections, help for charts, where you can use and know where to put the oils, what to use for children, what to use for babies. If anybody's into reflexology, study reflexology, it helps you on there as well, as to what part of your foot or hand coordinates with what part or organ in your body. So there's some different things in there. Now, another one of the books I love to use is the Essential Life book. And it actually has the oils listed in alphabetical order by single oil or oil blend. And in the front, it has a reference guide where, again, you can look up something. Now, this book also has recipes in it for blends that you can use for just several things. I'm just going to pop over here. Like, this is just some things they have just for women. And there's a section in here for pets. You can use oils on your pets. I did a class on essential oils in your pets. You just have to kind of know how to dilute the oils and how to use them. So being a part of a team of ladies that can give you this educational support is definitely a plus. That's one thing that I've helped. I found a great group of ladies that I work with doTERRA. So doTERRA kind of works like this. You sign up with a wholesale membership similar to Sam's Club, and it's $35, or you can buy an enrollment kit, and that $35 is waived. And you can purchase your oils at wholesale prices. If you sign up with a wholesale membership, you don't just get hanging out there to dry. There's classes that we can offer you to tell you, now that you've got your oils, how to use them. Our group has Members Day where you can come and you can talk about different things, and we can do research. You can look at the books. And we also have closed or secret Facebook groups, however you want to call them, that you would be a member of, so you could go on there and ask questions of other people. I mean, we don't just leave you out there. We work together as a community, because what this is about is empowering you for more natural, healthy options for your life. Now, it's not just about oils. It's about healthy eating. One of the ladies in our member group, Amy, has some great resources that she's using as far as different foods you can eat and how you can change your lifestyle, not just with oils, but with food. So that's something that is a given. You've got to have good nutrition. You've got to maintain a healthy weight. You need to exercise. There's all these things you've heard. The oils are not a miracle cure. They aid and assist your body, which is awesome because they're not synthetic, and that's going to help your overall health. But I mean, this, just doing this isn't going to cure every little ailment you have. Because what if something you have is really something that has to be corrected medically? And sometimes that happens. So you need to think about things like that. But this just gives you empowerment to make informed decisions. We have a lot of educational things. So it's just not about buying oil. It's about a community of women and men. We have men together to create a more healthier lifestyle for you, your kids, your mom and dad, any family members, and just helping each other, because that's what it's all about. So if you'd like some more information on how to become a wholesale member with doTERRA, please message me, comment on my newsfeed. Let me know. I can do a class for you. We can do a one-on-one, and I can help you with education. If it's a question I can't answer, I have several ladies. I mean, we have registered dietitians, we have nurse practitioners, we have pharmacists. I mean, we have a large group of ladies that you can go to and reach out to for help. They have some more medical knowledge than I do, so I learn a lot from them. But it's about working together to better our lives, and that's really what it's all about. So if I can help you, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that. Again, comment on my page, or if you reach out to me, instant message me. Thank you all for watching me tonight. If you'd like any recipes on how to make any of these products, I'll be more than happy to help you. And again, just try to stay safe out there. Try to keep your kids as germ-free as you can. And I hope everybody has a great school year. And if I can help you, let me know. Thanks.